Today we're going to talk about 3 different lead strategies that you can use to write your nonfiction article. Okay, so the first one that you can do is that you can start with a powerful quote from your research. You can also choose a true anecdote that you came across while you were researching. And another thing you can do is that you can create a possible scenario. These are all strategies that you might have used in the past, so if you have, that's great. So the first strategy that I'm going to show you today is the powerful quote. I went through all of my research and I tried to find a quote that I really felt would kind of shock my readers. So this is it. The number of recent shark attacks suggest to the casual viewer that we're under siege, said shark researcher George Burgess in late 2011 after a record 13 people were bitten or killed by sharks worldwide. So this is just the beginning of my lead. There will be more in the introduction, but I thought that that first little part would really capture the reader's attention, and that's why I chose that quote. So you might have a quote in your research somewhere that really suggests or that really would just hook your reader. If you don't have a quote like this, then it probably wouldn't be a good strategy for you to use. The next lead strategy I'm going to talk about is finding or choosing a true anecdote from your research. So for me, I had a lot of anecdotes about shark attacks, and this was the one that really stood out in my mind, so I'm going to read it to you now. It was 1963 in southern Australia. Rodney Fox was competing in a deep-sea spearfishing competition, and he was determined to win. He knew that to catch the biggest fish, he would have to remove his oxygen tank face mask. He dove into the murky ocean, inching closer and closer to his prize. Suddenly, his world changed forever. A great white shark had latched onto his torso and arm, nearly killing him. Although Fox did survive, hundreds of people were killed by similarly brutal attacks. So I really thought that this story, this anecdote, would entice the reader to read on. Everybody loves this story, and your investigative news article isn't a story, it's a nonfiction article. So having that story element in the beginning really can hook your reader. The final lead strategy that I'm going to talk about today is creating a possible scenario. By possible scenario, I mean a situation that could happen involving your issue. So this is another little narrative, and I actually made this one up. So you could do the same thing. Think of a possible scenario, narrative, situation that you could make up and relate to your issue. So I'm going to read you this now. The sunbeams hit the water, creating natural sparkles that reflect off surfers' board and suits. An occasional wave crashing on the vacant shore, a couple mistakes in here, adds to the tranquility of this moment. But lurking beneath the waves is a great white shark who is mistaking surfers in black wetsuits for seals, the ultimate prey for this often elusive sea creature. The scene is every beachgoer's worst nightmare. Again, this is just the beginning of my lead. The rest of the introduction will introduce the issue, but again, another kind of fun way to capture your reader's attention. Now it's your turn to try it. So what you're going to do is you're going to go to this website right here, and period 1, 2, 4, and 8, the links are slightly different. You can see over here the numbers are 201, 202, 204, 208, so you make sure you type in the correct one. And what you're going to do, the website will look like this arrow that I'm creating here. Right here. So what you're going to do is you're going to go on there. You are going to see these little post-its, and you're going to click one. And you're going to try one of these lead strategies. Think about which one would work best for your particular article. Depending on what research you have, depending on your topic, hopefully there's one that really stands in your mind as possibly working the best. I want you to put your name on the sticky note. I want you to type your lead. It should be pretty obvious what your topic is. But what's really cool is that we'll have a whole board of possible leads, and we can look to them for some mentors. Have fun!